And we're back. Before we proceed ahead, let's check this stuff out. We got quite a bit of gold. I'm pretty sure I can switch on my amulet too. Yeah, this is the amulet I was originally using for Bob, and then switched it over to Paladin here. Few gems and jewels and crap like that. Nothing I'm really too worried about. Just random crap I'm collecting. That's about that. And we'll be back to the house. Hey, we got 4,000 gold. Oh shit, we would have like way more than that.
Greetings.
Alright. Remember, you can identify, but you can't sell, so. Crap. Both crap. How much would any of this stuff actually sell for? Probably not that much. $6.98 and a little maybe over 1,300 bucks, but not worth it. I think so. So let's go get that scroll and see if we can rescue Decker Cain in this video. That's so weird. Now, teleportation would be another annoying aspect to it this dealer if the enemy has teleport, since it only works for the actual mini boss itself and not its minions. Yeah, so there's that. But Forgotten Tower is going to be one of the best areas for our Paladin here that I will definitely be farming. Rune Word wise, I think I'm going to stick with thing. I'm just going to switch over more gear as usual. Also, one of the reasons why too I put this crap on player 7 is because I'm switching over gear instead of actually finding it myself. It does kind of break the game just a tad. I already have preset gear on player 7 difficulty, but it also prevents me having to struggle as much too. Also, the main thing is the reason why I do not do hardcore mode unless it was that one time Mars shape-shifting druid, because if he died, then that was just random gear I found, and I don't feel like I would find this crap back up if I die. And even with plague, you do not have the whole prevent death crap, so if you die, even on hardcore mode, even with plague, you still lose your shit. So it's like, did all this grind for hours and hours. Days and days, and no, not doing it. I mean, just getting Talrush's armor alone, which I end up getting in the Throne of Destruction with my sorceress. That damn thing alone took me about 3 weeks to get, and it was just a random lucky draw because they were like, you know, Pendleskin has the highest drop rate, and top besides Bale to get it, and I was farming Pendle for over and over and over, and Bale, and they weren't dropping nothing. And the times that they were dropping either magic liquid art plates, you know, they were dropping ethereals, they were dropping normal liquid art plates, you know, even in cows they were dropping that crap, and it was like, I almost gave up hope of actually never getting Talrush's armor, and then suddenly it's just like, holding my alt key to check the loot, and bam, there was a green liquid art plate and the goddamn Throne of Destruction. I'm like, holy shit. You know, it took me maybe 3 weeks to get the goddamn armor. And then we got lucky enough to get Talrush's armor, or Talrush's amulet too that time, so it's like, ooh, let me tell you, it was definitely an exciting day. It's like finding a leprechaun at the end of a rainbow. It's like, I will take your pot of gold, sir, thank you very much. Small churn. Oh god, I love that Act 1 music. The Act 1 music and Act 2 music are my two favorite ones. I might turn the volume up just a tad more, but what's normal saying to you guys is me blaring in my ears. So, the music should be perfectly fine as it is right now, so it shouldn't be really too loud. I don't want the music and comment over my goddamn commentary and stuff, so. And Halloween is in 16 days, 2 weeks and 2 days for Halloween. So leave them comments below. What are you guys becoming for Halloween? I'm still debating myself considering that Halloween is on a Tuesday, so that's one of my days off. Debating if I want to go either as Hellraiser, aka Pinhead, and I have one of the outfits for it too. I just need the mask, or go as Michael Myers. And if I do that, I have to buy the entire goddamn thing. So I have yet to decide. That, or I can go as Ghostface, because I think I can double up easily as Pinhead or Ghostface. So, I don't really dress up in Halloween too much. Considering that I don't go to Halloween parties and all that crap, so... Not a party person. What the hell am I getting strength from? Am I missing something? Okay, we're getting strength from so. Oh, we're getting strength from this. God damn it. I'm like, what the hell are we getting strength from? And you can technically gear glitch something like Saigons, basically where you get like rings or amulets that give you a certain amount of strength. So let's say one of your rings, you're down to like 40 strength, and both you need 60 of strength alone to wear Saigons. You can use like 2 rings or a ring and an amulet, and you say each one gives you 10 strength in order to boost that up, instead of actually put the required stats in there in order to actually use that gear. The only problem is your strength's still not high enough at the time when you actually put points in there, and you see those rings or amulets off, it will actually kick you out of using that gear. So. Or you do the same thing with charms stuff too. The only problem with that is that when you're doing like charms, you want to make sure there's some sort of additional effects, because just having an entire inventory full of like 1 strength or 1 dexterity, it's going to take up a lot of your room, and especially if you're a loot whore like I am. That's about it. You're not going to have any room to collect anything. And speaking of loot, I started up my Dwarven playthrough. I found a glitch that you can actually do in Skyrim. Going through like all the gear sets you can play with them, down to the last ones of Dwarven, which right now I'm like 55, 56, and Steel Plate is like the last one that I have to do. Gem Shrine. And so far between the last 3 rooms I did with the Dwarven one, the Ancient Nords, and the Orcish one, I'd say the Ancient Nord one has been the best one defense-wise, just because you can get it extremely early. And if you want to know where you can actually get it, there's a Dragon Priest Temple that's kind of like northeast of Riften, up in the mountains. Here, there's a Thalmor guy that's out front of the Dragon Priest Temple. Even once you go in there, it's like the first few steps, there's a dead corpse that allows you to have that Ancient Nord armor you can get. And I did like strictly just an Ancient Nord where you're just using Ancient Nord axes and Ancient Nord swords, anything that was Nordic but was also ancient. And it's actually pretty fun, and you get an early start too. The thing with the Dwarven one is the fact that you don't start seeing the Dwarven gear until level 12. However, you can actually get it at level 1. Charge.
Bristles with magic.
But you have to go to Markarth, you have to talk to Calcelmo, and he'll basically tell you about a giant spider, and then you have to go through a bunch of Dwarven rooms in order to get it. And you get a full set of Dwarven gear. And unlike Blue, I want to say it is, there is no level limits to where you can get it. However, the stats will remain the same as they would be normally set. So if you're level 1 and say, for instance, is Dwarven one, it's a level set 12 gear, you're not going to get any increased defense stats because you're wearing a level 12 one. You're only going to get the same stats as you would be as the level 1 itself. So, same thing with weapons. Like, if you were, like, say, level 1, you found a Daedric Mace, the damage, say, is like 30 damage, but when you're at a higher level, say level 50, that mace is doing, like, 120 damage. Why is it not doing 120 damage, when you first get it? It's because you're not the required level for it at that time. So, they don't really restrict you in order to not be able to use it, but you do have to be at a certain level to gain those extra stats in order to get that increased damage or that increased defense for it. So we can pop those. And with Orcish gear, it was a little more annoying because you actually have to get the required smithing level in order to, because when I first started my Orc one, I thought, oh, if I go to an orc village, I'll immediately get orc gear.
Deckard Cain,
No.
leave quickly.
I didn't get orc gear until I actually got like, it was like 50 level smithing, some crap like that before I could even start making orc gear. Because orc villagers do not have orc gear like that. So I was very disappointed with that. Oh yeah, Tristram's doing really cool here, especially with Horse Light and some of that's enough for a lot of worlds, so we'll definitely come here quite a bit soon. Things are always out for him. Mr. Griswold, sir! You are one bulky SOB. Can you just diagnose? Oh, you guys dropped me a rare jewel. That's so nice of you. You know, they said, well, you know, we heard about your challenge run. We know it's going to be a little difficult for you using only gold pickup. We're going to drop you this nice jewel. However, you can't sell it. And watch, it'll be a piece of crap too, because half the time you get something really good that's like a rare item or crap like that. Or even your first unique, it's going to be a pile of junk. Because, you know, it's normal difficulty, so. One of the better things about this too is that since we rescued Cain, if you didn't know, you know, real quick, he'll identify everything for free. However, if you get to Act 2 and you do not bother rescuing Cain, he'll actually charge you 100 gold per item in order to identify everything. So, here's your rescue Cain. Even though it's a goddamn pain extra fast in your archer. Not having that. Like I said, it's a pain in the ass to rescue Cain, kind of an annoyance. Side quest is not actually necessary, but if you don't want to spend 100 gold per item, you know, or you don't want to buy, you know, identifying scrolls every goddamn time or refilling up your tome, there's good. That's like one of the nicer things that they actually did in Diablo 3 is that you no longer have to buy tomes for your teleportation and your identification. So. One other thing too that was nice with Diablo 3 is that they made items mini size, so it's like a dagger can fit in here or a sword can fit in a 2 slot instead of just taking up an entire goddamn thing of room. You know. But knowing Blizzard, they pretty much held off on that crap, so they didn't have something new for Diablo 3. And speaking of Diablo, I actually ended up watching instead of like all the gameplay and all that crap, I ended up watching the Diablo 4 cinematics. Let me tell you, I was very disappointed. I watched like, it was like an hour's worth of Diablo 4 cinematics. It's like, really? I mean, everyone's bragging about, you know, how good the cinematics for Diablo 4 were. And I'm like, they were okay. I mean, hell, Diablo 3 had better cinematics than Diablo 4. I mean, Diablo 2 just crushes in that area. And Diablo is not actually in Diablo 4. That was one of the things I looked up on Reddit. I'm like, why the hell did they not put Diablo in Diablo 4? It's called Diablo 4. And apparently it's based all around Lilith and, what was it, Incarnates, or whatever the hell his goddamn name is, and Mephisto. It's like, interesting that Mephisto appeared in there, but it's like, it's called Diablo 4, where the hell is Diablo? And they're like, well, they haven't come out the DLC yet, and all this crap. And it's just like, ugh. It's like, okay. What's your to? I'll identify your crap for free, blah, blah. So, I mean, they still haven't making an expansion with that damn thing, so. 10 defense, 20 poison. Oh, it's not actually bad. I'm Carbon 5. I will take that. I think it was in Dr. Chosen. That's what goddamn name was.
Good to see you.
No? What? Who the hell am we talking to? Oh, duh, because she's got to give me the goddamn ring. Like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I was not impressed by Diablo 4. It's like, at least by the cinematics. I don't actually watch the actual gameplay itself. It's just kind of like, I tried watching it, got to maybe like 30 minutes into it, and just started snoozing off. I'm like, this is boring.
When I fled,
It's like, I have zero interest in Diablo 4. It's like, I still have Diablo 3, and I almost just don't want to ever play it anymore, because for one, my computer barely runs the goddamn thing. And it's like, Diablo 2 is where it is, and even if I could run Diablo 2 Remastered, I doubt I'd ever even play it. I mean, the only thing that I would say the Diablo 2 Remastered did is that you have a shared chest and auto gold pickup. That's about it. You know, yeah, you have your enhanced graphics and crap like that, but that doesn't impress me. You know, in what, a few new rune words? Ooh, whoop you frickin' do. You know, it's like that. It just doesn't impress me. I prefer just playing regular Diablo to Lord Destruction. And in the end, I actually showed like one of my friends, Buddy Knock, about the graphics and what they actually did. And I'm pretty sure I explained it in my other previous Diablo ones too. You can tell that they pretty much just kind of painted or smoothed over Diablo 2, the original one, this one with the Diablo 2 remastered, because like the Arcane Sanctuary for one of the areas is that you can tell that you can see the sketch lines and the designs on the floor and stuff like that. You know, you can see where the creases where each, you know, tile is, but in Diablo 2 remastered it's completely smoothed over. You know, it was like, what the hell did you do to Arcane Sanctuary? And then slowly looking at some of the graphics and stuff like that, even like the lava area and the river flames, it's like 10 times brighter. You know, it's like, it's a complete goddamn mess. It's like, what the hell is Blizzard doing? Come on now. And apparently they're remastering Diablo 1. That one is going to be very interesting. How the way that they're going to do it. If they're going to go like the Diablo 4 way, they're going to do it the Diablo 3 way. You know, are they just going to smooth it down, you know, like they did with Diablo 2 Remastered? So that I'm kind of very interested. Whether when they release it, I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, because, you know, Diablo 4 hasn't got its expansion yet. So, but that's one I'm definitely going to watch, especially because a lot of people started out with Diablo 3, you know, and none of them ever started out with the original Diablo 2, like the one I'm playing, and they always end up playing the remastered. And they're like, it's, you know, Diablo 3 is so much better than Diablo 2. And it's like, you got all this and that. No. It's like, no. It's not. Diablo 2 will always be the best. You know, and then watching these people go from jumping to like Diablo 3 to like Diablo 4. And then, you know, so used to this, you know, easy skill trees and, you know, the amount of gold you get and the rune words and the uniques. And watching these people jump over to Diablo 1, it's going to be hilarious. Because, like I said, I've only beaten Diablo 1 one time. And I'm pretty sure Diablo 1 servers are still up, if anyone ever still plays online. And never again. It's like Diablo 1, you know, it's one time, beat it one time, that was it. Never played that game ever again, because it is such a goddamn pain in the ass, especially when you're playing something like the Sorceress, where you can actually get hurt by your own goddamn spells. You know, and with like, for instances, like Diablo 2, for instance, when you do something like single player, for instance, the map will always remain the same. The only way you're actually getting a new map is, ooh, we have to pick that up right there. You know what? Let me just mess real quick. The only way you're getting a new map on single player is by starting a brand new character. So the map that you have is the map that you get. However, with Diablo 1, the maps change. So in only certain areas or certain areas are only unlocked in like a certain period of time, or certain characters and crap like that. And the maps are always changing. They're never the same, even on single player. And same thing with online playing too. So they kind of pretty much took for instance, is like on Battle.net, when you go into, you start a game, you know, say you have like a square map, and you're going like, okay, we cleared this map, we're gonna start a new game, and your new map is a triangle. You know, it's always changing. Well, that's how it was with Diablo 1. Your maps were always changing. They were never the same. You know, and having to constantly deal with that, thinking you mapped out an entire area, and you're gonna go back in there thinking that map is the same, only to find out it's completely changed. You know, the exit might have been on the northeast the very first time. You know, you exited your game, you got bored, you decided to pick up a couple days later and go back into that same area, and suddenly now, you know, the exit on the south side. You know, and it was kind of really messed up, because unless you constantly play Diablo 1, the maps always changed. You know, so you could never map out where each enemy was or where each boss was, because their movements were always placed differently. And you would have to literally play through the entire goddamn day in order to beat Diablo 1. And even in the Diablo fight was not easy, because it's like trying to hit an enemy with a low attack rating. It's just like whack, 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 miss. whack, whack, miss, 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 whack. You know, and it's like the boss will just almost constantly hit you. So it's like Diablo 1 is not easy. It is not for beginners. It is not user friendly, and it will swiftly kick you in the ass. But if you want a challenge and you want to try to be a veteran of Diablo 1, I highly recommend go for it. You know, because it makes hardcore mode look extremely easy. But we're going to end the video here. I'm going to get these videos rendered out tonight, and you'll see sometime later in the afternoon, so Monday or Tuesday. So, but either way, stay safe, healthy, and sanitized. Make sure to like, start subscribing, leave comments below, and make sure to check them out, and leave comments below. What are you becoming for Halloween? I want to read those comments. I'll see you guys.